Hey everyone, not too much has changed, just the quality of the camera right now. And this will all get managed and taken care of quite rapidly. Um, oh yeah, got you. If anybody's new here, anybody doesn't know me, it's my backup channel. And if this is your first time here, I will let you know I am Zen Atman. And yeah, I don't know the beginning of this video I'll be doing anything but mumbling through some stuff. I just want to get some videos up here, just get people familiar with that I have this channel over here. I don't know what the best access point is to get people to from my other channel to come over here, because I can't access that right now. Or else I'd be like, hey, come over to this channel. Can't do any lives here, but I can't. Nope, can't. They just no lives, no uploads on the shit. None of it. What are you gonna do? Who's here? What should we talk about? Talk about a video I just watched a minute ago. I thought it was quite interesting. Does anybody know who Elliot Hulse is? I've watched him for years. Great teacher. Great knowledge. Very interesting video. And maybe we'll dig into that a little bit. I thought it was a brilliant way of explaining something. It's interesting. What's up, John? What's up, Jay? Yeah. So any way of accessing my other channel? I don't know if you just watched one of my videos or something, or you're not even gonna watch. Give me 1 second, man. Give me 1 second. I just I spilled a little coffee. Um, anti materials over here. Yes, I don't know. Do this channel over here. As per usual, the hybridized language via John Shamanic. I don't know. Well, the last video was really awesome though. I haven't watched one of his videos in quite some time, probably a couple of years, because originally I'd watched him through this channel, and I would just you move places, you get to new things, and I just wasn't into like working out and going to the gym as much. Not that he doesn't have a lot of philosophies that translate to other things. I just wasn't. I'd moved from where I was playing a lot of sports and going to the gym and shit. So and then I also had changed my channel from this to the Zen Atman channel. So yeah, then I opened this channel up, and he had a video up today. So I watched it, and he's talking about kind of getting the gender roles. Ooh, tough topic for people. It's a very interesting one. It's very I'd break it down a different way than most people would, and it might be a little too complex here, but it'd have to get down to technocratic corporatocracy and what that means if you were to open up a corporate entity. The corporate entity doesn't have a masculine or female thing. It's just a corporation. So if that is a birth certificate. It's a birthing of a corporation. And these people are trying to say they just want to do whatever they want to be. Understandable from that perspective. But when it comes to What pieces do you have to fit together? There's basically two. That's as far as I know. That's what I've seen. I mean, have I seen pictures of hermaphrodites or the other species? Sure. The animals get birth certificates. They go to. They can't really. They can't. They can't. They can't sign off on being a corporation. So the animals are either completely enslaved, completely, like chattel, like terribly. That's, or they're completely feral. There's not really too much in between there. And these people are suggesting, and as this is he was getting into why his wife and him and his children, how they get along, and what their future should look like, and why. He was saying this is he said specifically this so many times, and then you read the comments and you're like, why am I reading the comments? Because this is what people think. He said this so many times, like, this is what works for me. I don't know if it'll work for you. But he's like, this is how I think it should be. He was speaking about what position his wife takes in life and what he would, and like what that's just a stereotypical a masculine gender role. It's a stereo. It's not like that. And women aren't just supposed to be like, yeah, I get that, but if if we just walk through this world as we're born, and there's not too many women that are going to be outballing any dude, like basketball side, the sports, lifting up things. Your muscles are different. Even if you get the boobs installed and then get this copped up, you can't have a baby. And then you also have this thing up here, right? The clavicle thing right there? The one that makes it. You're built differently. I have facial hair. I have there's a see how my doesn't go all the way up? It's like women's go straight up because they don't have that muscle there. It's not part of their physiology and the way their body's structured. So there is essentially do you think in nature, like, deers are walking around like, hey, I'm this kind of deer? And what is that stereotype? Is that me just doing some feminine thing, or is that like supposed to? So he was talking about what a woman wants. And he was specifically saying that most women, because they don't know what to do, and they're too frivolous chasing butterflies, they're more right-brained and creative, that you need to give them a task to do to keep them on task. They can be as creative as they want. Or men, because they're more task-oriented, you have to give them the opposite. He didn't get into all that part because he's getting it from the dialogue of saying how his family looks from him being strong, dominant man. And she's, I don't know if you've ever seen his wife or ever. She's solid, strong, intelligent. I don't know. I don't know them. I've never met them in person, but as far as I can tell. Now, does that go into gender roles? I said, no, not really. He wasn't really talking about that way. He was just talking about, like, hey, I mean, if you want, go have a. Here's a question that was asked: is monogamy? What monogamy? Is it natural? Is polygamy natural? In some environments it is, in some it is not. Look at different species of animals. Some species, no, it's not. Others, it definitely is. And humans, because we are supposedly the apex of all of those, it's a choice. It's I don't want to say it's omnivore, but the omnivore's dilemma of what to consume. You're omnipotent, you're omniscient, you have multiple choices to make in life. You want to go have 6 wives and be the only husband? You want to go have like a 6 husbands, 6 wives? Or you want to be one of 6 husbands for one woman? And whatever. It all works in a way. And he was just giving an idea, and the response was mostly positive. But then you get the, the soy sus kind of. He's talking about how if his daughters ever wanted to go to college, he's like, I ain't paying for that. He's like, I don't know why you'd want to, because if you want to go out there and get that fake education and get pounded on all day, you pay for that. That's your business. You know, just like if you had a son, like that's your business to go do that. Because I don't see why you'd want to go. People come home after school, after university, and they're completely trashed mentally to the point where they think. I mean, I'm not using the liberal conservative bias here, but they come home and towards the liberal. I mean, anything you want to be, it's just you are. It's just still, yeah, okay, Fantasyland. That's the creative nature of go ahead, dress like you want, put earrings on, get all the tattoos you want. I know all about it. It's cool. Go ahead and body morph your body, do what you want. Mutilate your body if that's what you want to do after you've had a life experience. But to suggest not understanding what the corporate and transgendered it's supposed to be a mental thing that's supposed to occur. It's supposed to be very creative mentally. You're supposed to understand what the corporate environment is. Should be there. I don't think it will exist so much in the future the way it does now, what you'd consider corporations and birth certificates. Do you think anybody is in? Do you think there's really people in what you'd consider blue zones or third world nations? Do you think there's any kids growing up to the point where they're like, well, I think I'm not that? The numbers are so minuscule because of what the village, the tribe, the whole entire what it looks like. Is that antiquated? Is that outdated? Is the future just everybody just? I don't even know what is that. I don't know. Hey, I'm all for that, and I think there should be space for that. I think there should be safe spaces for that. You know, like you ever been to like crazy cities where it's like you don't even have, like Las Vegas or Tokyo or it's bright lights and just crazy. Or you ever watch those movies about like some aspects of the future and you've got the people living in junkyards? Supposedly, the idea is like they're living in junkyards and maintaining some semblance of earth energy, which is feminine, by the way. Earth is mama. But then you go into these, then the rest of the cities are all smart, high tech, and everything's clean, everything's orderly. But the transition to some of these cities is the bright lights are everywhere. You can get anything you want, any kind of chemical substance, drug, but it's such a hey, I think there needs to be places like that. I think there's plenty of room on this realm for all of those things. I just don't see why it is becoming so uncouth and proper to speak as if you know something. Because these people that are talking now about all of this altering tranny stuff, it's a bunch of 20-year-old liberals. Okay, I get the idea, but they're taking it out of context. They're taking mental transmutation, mental transitions through states and stages of mind. Just like I was reading an article the other day, like about like at 3 years old, like I knew I was gay at 3, or okay, so you're gay at 3, I guess. You know, nobody questions their sexuality. Everyone in this on this plane of existence has questioned their sexual preferences going through life up until you're pretty solid into one or the other by the time you're, I'd say, probably 25. I don't know that as far as the conversations I've had with people and my own crazy experiences. For me, I'd say it's like this. On a scale of 1 to 100, 1 being completely autistic, out the box autistic, 100 being that, and 1 being just normal, whatever that is. And if 1 is not gay or lesbian at all, but 100 is flaming hot bag of Cheetos gay or a butchy lesbian, that would be the standard way you describe it. I think that most people can understand what I'm saying without taking offense to it. Because if you're offended, that's your problem, not mine. Remember that. Just because you're offended doesn't make you right. In fact, it probably makes you wrong most of the time. And it gives you a problem to carry around. I wasn't trying to offend anybody. Point is, but in the scale of 1 to 100, gay, lesbian, where do you sit on that scale? As you go through life, you're probably in and out of there. Like, okay, if I said a normal person was man or woman, you'd be maybe like 10%. Means as a man, I could go, that guy is good looking. I'm comfortable in my masculinity. Do I want to make out with him? And no. Whether times there was maybe at 30, perhaps. Other times there are people that they'll be like at 70%. Chicks probably get a little more closer to like, women understand me, and they get over the 50% boundary. More women have messed around with women than men have messed around with men, right? Although there's guys that like to do a lot of wrestling in the locker room. But but to come into awareness of like who you are. There's a reason there's master numbers, and there's ebbs and flows of what we'd consider natural reality. The great clock. There's a reason for those things. And so I would say at about 25, whether or not you went to college or not, then all of a sudden we also have those influences of college, of university, of the indoctrination center from the time you're 5, and so that's already causing a big gap from what would a natural. If you just here we are, here's a bunch of people, and we're doing art, and we're doing teaching sciences, teaching how to cook, here's some herbs, and we're all interacting. It's just a tribe of people. Could be 1 million, could be 100, whatever. And there's no indoctrination centers. You'd go there and you'd learn, kind of like go back to how they used to teach. Teachers would they were kind of like sages that would get paid differently. There was no like certain wage they got. And if people wanted to show up because they had something good to say, they would show up and listen. It could be any age, doesn't matter. There was no boundaries to that. Their culture, because they didn't have the indoctrination centers to the points of universities and such, what percentage of those people would consider like, guess what? I think I only want to be with dudes. And how many chicks would be like, I'm so butch, that it'd be such a small, and the culture would still go, okay, if you figure that out. But it would happen in those cultures. It would happen probably, people get married at like 13, 15 years old. They get married. I mean, do I agree with that? No, because I don't really believe in the marriage thing. But then again, other cultures, and get into the Viking cultures, and all get into the mushroom cults, which was, if you get into mushroom cults and the origins of Christianity, Christians might want to know that, the connection to mushroom cults and paganism and Christianity. They won't want to accept it, but if you did your research. So as we go through this indoctrination center and then into the university, then you might kind of know what your preference is in life. You might know. I know people that came out of college not even knowing what they wanted to do with their life, like taking jobs that they hated, didn't even know. How could they? You're doing a job you hate over here for this many hours a day, something you don't even interest in because it pays the bills, just to get money, to get a big house, to get a wife that's not going to respect you, that you don't really want to be with. So how could anybody know what they really, they don't know what they value. They have no clue. What is the most where if you didn't have all of the indoctrination system set up there to then somehow, oh, they, I guess everybody's just anything they want, and just I'm gonna if I how come no one dresses like a normal person but identifies as something quite different? They don't. Will they stand up hard for rights of the all them letters, the Q, T, and L's and R, whatever all the things are there? Yeah, but they're, you know what they are? They're usually very effeminate dudes that dress normal, that they're in college, and they'll, just because that's the right thing to do on college campus, because they want to fit in with their peers and not be the outcast that says, nah, I'm a dude and that's what it is. How dare you be, how how dare you be masculine? That's the worst thing you can do in the world, is be masculine, right? I mean, if we had the way everything's got to go, just lop off that, add some, everybody's just the same thing. Just homogenization of cultures, homogenization of even sexuality. Which, I mean, all in all, again, I'm do what the hell you want. Go ahead and have both things. I mean, hermaphroditic people. If you were androgynous, if you were an androgen, you had both pieces, and ain't nobody gonna say nothing wrong to you. You would be the highest species. You'd be untouchable. I mean, not really untouchable, because it's not the way that the untouchables are now in India, which are the lower caste system, basically, where they're untouchable because they're so dirty. The untouchables were the ones that were uh, hermaphroditic, androgynous. But to try to go through some science to cut, burn, and poison people into that. So there's a new thing out going on, where they're telling there's certain men that respond effectively to not get sick because of this stuff if they were to take estrogen feminizing hormones. That would fix them. Fix them. So they don't. So they might not get sick. I'm outrageously amused, because I mean, as far as I can tell at this point, I mean, this is one giant circus beyond circus. It's a circus inside of a fair on top of the back of a pony show with, uh, I don't know. Are we on a ship? Are we on a yellow submarine? I don't. What's going on? Is this a Cirque du Soleil? Is there somebody who's going to be walking around with the flute going? I mean, I'm just laughing at it, interacting with it. Like, what else are you going to do? Can't teach nobody out here no more. Ain't no teaching left. Ain't no edumacations. It's too difficult to attempt to educate anyone. It's like, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. That kind of thing. That works. That works certainly, but it's not. It's not even worth, like, the Instagram thing, and trying to even have a conversation on there. It's super dumb. Super dumb. Like, hey, here's some piece of information that I know that is actually correct and yours is wrong. Make it simple. It's something as simple as a basket. I like basketball. Have I watched it lately? No, not so much. Do I care about it right now? No. But once in a while, I'll watch some highlights, and there'll be something funny that happens. And there was a play that will happen that's really obvious that it was a travel, or very obvious that you can't do. That's not a maneuver. That's, I've played, I coached, I've read the rule book, you know. And then I got people like, no, that's this way. And then I'm like, nah, here's why it isn't. And here's the rule. And then go read the rule book. You can find it right here. And then they start arguing. I'm like, I guess we're playing new games. New games, fine. I think that's what it is. Everybody's just looking for a new game to play. How can they be bored of all the games already? We live in a technological age. They didn't even play the initial games. They didn't even play the original games. How could they be bored of? Hold on one second here. I think that might have how much juice I got. Oh, I gotta plug my thing in. That's what I think. Bored of the game already. How can you be bored of the game? I grew up playing. I'm not saying that there's probably games I never played. How can you be bored if you never played board games? And all you had was sitting there with a controller in front of you. Like, uh, kids ain't playing outside. They don't even know how to ride bikes. They got motorized scooters, and they don't even know the original games. They didn't play the original stuff. The very non-technologically advanced things, and they're already bored of culture so much that that's why we got to have something new. Something new. It's like well, people that get into certain. Let's use maybe not Terrence McKenna. How about Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas? There's a line in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas when Hunter S. Thompson is talking about when you start in on a drug collection, you go hard, and he's going to talk about having a briefcase full of drugs. I feel like the technology has become such a drug to people that they're just looking for new ways to explore technology. What else can we do here? Which is great and groovy and grand and wonderful, and I'm all for exploring technology that way. But how are these kids in college thinking they're so wildly intelligent? They've been just overstimulated, overfed information, but they can't organize any of it into a cohesive thought to paint an actual picture verbally. And they want to, and their brain is all over the map. They've probably done so many chemicals that were fed to them during, OCD, hyperactive disorder, blah, blah, blah. And then they've just been playing on the computer all day, and they're like, okay, let's get to the next computer game. I'm like, did you even play the first ones? Did you play with blocks? Did you play with Legos? Did you ever step on a Lego? I'm probably like, no. Man, reminds me of the movie Ready Player One. I think it's a great movie. If you have never seen it, highly suggest go watching it. Anyways, who else is up in here? Say something. And also the coolest thing is because I'm doing this from my computer, I can say hello over here. Say hello. I can do it over there. Boom. Can't do that from my phone for whatever reason. Lots of things I can't do from my phone, but I can do live shows from here on a PC. But I can't do the live show from here, even though this account. So this is my backup account. For anybody that doesn't know this, feel free to subscribe to my other account, Zen Atman. That's my big account, but that's on hold for a minute here. But I can do a live video on a PC, but not from here. It's the same thing, same channel. I don't get it. That made no sense. What's up with all that mess shifty? That's shifty. So who else up in here? It says 5 people. Say something if you're live. So I have a jump off point. And also, if there's 5 people, I expect there to be 5 thumbs up, or 2 people can get to stepping. Because you ain't learning anything, are you? I'm not just here to waste my breath on new people. You're stop breathing my oxygen. Okay, I'll give you guys 2 minutes to say something, because if you don't say anything, type something in the box. I don't know. Don't know. I don't know what to say. About chat, how does that work? Got these weird things happen. Okay. See, I haven't used this before, so I'm playing with the buttons. Is there something are you guys saying something and I'm just unable to see it? Is that what's happening? How does this work? Pin that. Yeah. Oh. And what's going on here? Oh, what's up, Center Ed? You've missed me. I've been on my other channel. You know my other channel, don't you? What's up, Super Champion? Oh, it's okay. Well, thanks for saying something, Super. I just didn't know. I didn't know if there's something I needed to do on here to let you guys talk again. Because sometimes on my phone, a funky thing happens where it goes from live chat to top chat, and then the live chat kind of gets pushed back, and I don't see it. It works. I don't know why it happens. But Center Ed, you didn't know I have another channel? Because there's no way you've missed me, because I've only been off the other channel for a couple days. So yeah, like, subscribe, and all that shit on this one, and tell your friends to come through too. That way, if I need 1,000 subs on here, which should be pretty easy, obviously should be, but for me to be able to take my phone and use this out there in the public sector, which I'd like to do, but I can't. I have to sit here with this awful mic and this terrible camera, and I'm not going to waste any money on going and buying a new camera for this thing, because that's not where my money needs to go right now. Tis raining out. Man, I don't know. This is. I don't know if the camera's doing it to me, but I did just wake up. I wake up and I just like, oh. You ever just wake up and like I have an idea. This is what I want to say. I do it often, but I kind of tend to look a little less dopey. I know that has nothing. That's not an I smoke dope joke, because I don't. But I'm actually drinking coffee today. It was supposed to be laundry day, but doing laundry would take me going to the laundromat, which it's raining out, so can't really do that. And yeah, I don't want to walk around the rain right now because I don't have a rain jacket. So lots of reasons that I'm just gonna sit here and doof around on this. I wasn't planning on making any videos today at all, really. Well, I was planning on making videos on my other channel, but I just didn't feel like doing any research. I was going to, just so I had something to talk about. Now I'm kind of asked out of what to say. So what I'll do, how about this? It's 11 my time. I'm gonna get off of here. Again, like, subscribe. Oh, and donate if you want to. That's awesome, and I appreciate the people that have. That's really helped me out lately. It should be in the box below. It should be in the description box. Yep, so Cash App, PayPal, and I'll have to expand that with the rest of my ways of getting me the monies. If you got any, if you want to donate to me. But I'll try to get out here maybe later today after I've done a little, probably shower, get my day kind of under. It's not that bad. Maybe, I don't know. It's kind of when you sit with yourself for a while and you're not really sure if is my whole house smelling like that? I hope not. Yeah, but like, subscribe, and tell everybody else to just sub to my channel. They don't even need to show up or anything. I need to get 1,000 subs, and then they can not like what I have to say and unsubscribe. But I just need 1,000, and then that way I can do these live. And if I could tell everybody on my other channel to come do over here, but I can't. See, I can't even type. I can't be like, hey guys, what's up? Come to this channel. So whatever. I'm ass out of here. Good to see you. See everybody here, and I'll try to come back on here later. Stay cool, be funky, be groovy, and inspire the world on that stuff, huh? Even on the rainy days. Bye.